Even before we talk about thinking, what we don't do for any of us, it's very, very rare, is teach people the value and importance of checking out where their mind is moment by moment. And going back to the people with ADD, the patients that have ADD, diagnosable ADD, their life is problematic because of this set of set points they have on all these three systems of attention. Those that have this thing we're talking about, which the technical term is meta-awareness, it's essentially a version of that floodlight, broad, receptive, but you're checking out. Technically, meta-awareness is having awareness of the current contents and processes of your mind, moment by moment. So first of all, to say, oh yeah, I can do that. I can see, and we do this all the time. Like you're checking in and you're saying right now, it's not the crispness I want there to be, but you're attuned to it. And so it may make you do something differently because you're aware of it. If we're not even aware of where our mind is, there's not a lot of opportunity that we can do anything about it. So it ends up, if you look at people with ADD that have a lot of problems, their minds wander a lot, meaning they have off-task thoughts a lot, but they also happen to have good meta-awareness. Their lives don't suffer all that much, meaning they can have a job and do things that are kind of normal kinds of things. And so one of the studies we did in my lab is that we recruited a bunch of people, adults with ADD, and we said, whatever your particular medication, stay on it. Now take this 8-week mindfulness training program. And that program was like, we started with a minute of practice, very active practices. So now it's not sit quietly and focus on your breath. It's go for a walk, feel the sensations of your feet on the ground. When your mind wanders, come back. So we worked up to about 12 minutes a day for these adults with ADD. And then at the end, we looked at the objective metrics, looking better, less mind wandering for the people that did the practices. But when I just inquired, what's different about your medication use or your mind, they'd say, before I used to take my Ritalin and then play video games for 8 hours. And I did really awesome on the video games, but I didn't finish my homework or I forgot to go to work. They had this raw power to focus in some sense with some of the medications, but they didn't have the meta-awareness to know if they were using it correctly. After the training, the number one most consistent thing people said, I was aware of where my mind was. I could use my time better because I was checking in. Where am I right now? Oh, is that tied to where I want to be? Let me redirect. That's also the thing that all of us benefit from with mindfulness training, is that not only does it connect to using the flashlight, it allows us to cultivate that kind of broad, receptive stance toward what is unfolding right now so that the executive control system can update, shift, or redirect when things are off track. That makes the whole thing function better.